Leave our stuff in there.
Look at him go.
Just like to move.
Compared to hiking in Arizona with the hills and watching out for rattlesnakes.
Oh, yes.
You gotta watch out for this puddle up here.
You gotta jump it.
Thinking about all these people behind us.
I was thinking, gee, could they just drop this off right in the puddle? Muddy.
Not too bad.
Yeah, which way?
Which way? This way?
Which way?
This way?
Straight ahead.
Say this way.
He said straight.
There's an interesting little thing we're sharing about this corner here.
Okay.
Nobody really knows, at least nobody on this hike really knows the history, but here is a grave site. Right up here, this is a grave site. Doug was saying he doesn't remember the history. I've never heard the history, but Corporal somebody was buried here. Corporal W. Maston. Corporal W. Maston. I don't know anything about him or why he's here or what he did or anything, but this is where he's been laid to rest for I don't know how long. So sorry I don't have more details. I do think it's still interesting that that's there for whatever reason.
Are the others?
No, as far as I know,
This is a little bit rugged for some of these people.
He said there's a four-wheeler that can take the back.
Oh,
It does too, doesn't it? That's one of the wonderful things of right here.
Yeah, what is it next to the water? Is that a bear? It's moving.
Did you say it's a bear?
It's a bear, isn't it?
What?
It's well next to the water, right over there. No, there.
Yeah, I got played with octopus.
Oh, why don't you get him out?
So
Which water?
Might just be a rock.
no, there.
Could just be a rock.
Yeah, it could be, but it. I don't know.
You can go out front then.
Remember those
Maybe I can't see that far, but I mean, it looked as if it was moving.
old Snickers commercials?
Do you have binoculars with you?
Yeah, we got them.
Yeah, now you see, now it's not there anymore. This is what I was saying. It was moving. Yeah, because it was right over there. If it was a rock, it would have been there, right?
Maybe it was a bear.
Yeah, maybe it was.
Anybody bring bear spray?
No, we have plenty of people. The bear won't do anything. Yeah, it's gone. Interesting.
You guys can walk ahead.
So many of us. they're not going to bother us, I don't think.
Nah, with too many people, it will just go away.
I'm thinking it was now.
What's it on your shoulder?
When bears attack.
They don't attack.
They do.
No, I mean, if you come between them and their cubs, but... Does it smell like something?
Not really.
Where about are you from?
We're going to Ohio.
Okay.
Where are you from?
South Africa.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
This is a big trip for you.
Well, I work on the ship, so
Oh, okay.
let's go all over the world.
You work on the Western Dam?
Yes.
Awesome. But you're allowed to come out for excursions.
Yeah, we all are. I mean, if they have space, I have to wait
Oh.
till last minute to see if they can fit me on.
Yeah, we were waitlist too.
Oh, okay.
It was too late when I saw it finally, and I was like, no.
Some of these people are not going to get that far.
Yeah.
There's a few people that could hardly get off the bus.
Yes.
So, are you kind of like a representing the cruise line by being out here, or are you here?
No, I'm here for
For
fun.
fun? You're not unofficial business.
No.
Okay. Well, that's good.
Yeah. And then for, you go ahead, for the opportunity to do it, I have to write a full review of the tour for,
For the future.
yeah.
Well, then
So
you have something to do.
I need to say exactly what time did we arrive, what time did we get back to the ship, did it match the tour description, did anything happen on the tour that I should know, people should know about.
I think people should know if you have trouble getting off a bus, you might have trouble doing it.
And that's just to make it better. So let's say, for example, there's no mention of
That is
what?
Those look like
Yeah, no, that's a
dog?
dog.
that's dog.
dog.
Yeah. Oh well, you got me excited for 30 seconds there. So let's say, you know, we have to climb 100 stairs and it's not in the description of the tour.
Oh, okay.
And then that whole tour turns into a massive complaint, you know, from all the guests and blah blah blah. So I'm the one who's going to write that into a report.
That's very good for.
And then
for
they
how
change,
to do that.
yeah, then they change the description of the tour on the website.
So we were on a tour, a different cruise line. It was not in the description. They dropped us off at a mall.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you see small things like that.
Yeah.
So that's basically what we do.
Still got this.
Yeah. I'm not associated with Shorex, so I cannot assist anybody with anything really. Look at this beautiful stream. It's gorgeous. Yeah, so that's basically how it works. And obviously, you know, it can't interfere with your work.
Right.
You have to, it depends. I don't have a fixed working schedule.
Oh, nice.
I have deadlines. I schedule my own hours. So tonight, oh yeah, that's beautiful. Tonight I'm gonna have a really late night because I'm on this tour. Nice.
I bet you it's pretty clean, but I'm not gonna try it.
I wonder what these markers are.
Yeah.
I don't know who this person is that's driving this car.
So if there's anything, any layers you want to shed or backpacks you want to take off, you can leave them here in the back of this machine. It'll be there when we come back and it'll be safe. That's Doug. So if you don't want to carry all the way, feel free to leave it. So we're going to pause right here and wait for the group to catch up because we're actually going to cross the Tundra and go down to that lower trail if everybody gets here. So if we don't get too spread apart, we'll hold on for a second. I've been talking about and sharing a little bit about the plant life out here. I was able to find some Tundra tea if anybody wants to check it out and smell it. This is the smell of the Tundra. That's called Tundra tea.
Ooh, this is very good.
Yeah, it smells very good, right? So you can pick that, you can brew that into a tea, or you can just take a nap in the Tundra and surround yourself with it, which is just lovely. It's a lovely smell.
Yeah.
But there is a whole knowledge base of education about the plant life that grows within the Tundra. And there are many people that have a wealth of knowledge of that information. I know some, but you know, a lot of people know the time, the state of development to take different plants, ways to turn them into teas, ways to turn them into medicine, salves, ways to eat them. there's a whole lot that can be done with the things that grow in our tundra. So for example, maybe not these leaves, but some of the leaves of some of these plants, you know, in the early spring, they'll pick the buds of these leaves, they'll pick these leaves, and you can put them in a salad, you can freeze them, you can store them in seal oil and eat them with seal oil, that sort of thing. So that's an example of something that can be picked. I was telling somebody else, if I can find any, fireweed, which grows pretty tall and grows very purpley, beautiful flowers on it.
Yeah, we saw pictures.
I don't see any right now, but fireweed, when it's really little, you can pick the shoot of the fireweed and you can fry it up like you would asparagus, cook it up like asparagus and eat it that way. But it has to be young, because if it gets too old, then it gets too chewy and fibrous, right? Yeah. It's like asparagus. These are a couple examples. I passed around the fireweed, or the tea.
I've got some stinkweed right here.
She's got some stinkweed, another great thing to make a tea out of.
Yeah.
Stinkweed?
Somehow.
Stinkweed is super medicinal right there.
Yeah.
Like, that's really potent stuff.
Yeah, like growing up, my parents swore by it. Whenever we'd get sick, they'd make us stinkweed tea, and ladies will make salves out of it, like, you know, so it's very medicinal and almost in every household here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. I was telling somebody else that there's 4 berries that grow on the tundra here in the Nome area. So we've got salmon berries is what we call them. They're actually cloud berries, but locally for whatever reason they call them salmon berries, even though a salmon berry is a similar but different berry from a cloud berry. The salmon berries, which are a bright orange, very juicy, sweet, raspberry looking type
Ugh,
berry.
it stinks. That's why it's called stinkweed.
All are like the ones in the store, but blueberries, cranberries, and then we call them blackberries, not like the blackberry, it's like a crowberry, which is like a very seedy, bittery, not very good berry. But they're available. Blackberries, we usually juice them and then we'll mix them with lemonade. That's kind of sweetens it up and makes it pretty good. You still get the like the nice vitamins and stuff from the blackberry, but you don't have to deal with the bitter, seedy taste.
Put it back with nature.
A lot of them, like hawk, beavers, my boyfriend's dad. My boyfriend's very cool.
It's like crystal. It's cool. It's a white and black rock.
I know, what's with that?
Any geologists in here? But if you take it home, don't believe me.
Oh, you took it out of the ground. Cool.
It's so soft to walk on, right? Well, not this. So, is this dead? Or is it something different? I don't know.
Oh, yeah, there's a bridge over here. I think there's a bridge there. Not a bear. That's cool, right?
I see he's got bear spray.
The guide's got bear spray.
Yeah.
I got bear spray too, but I just got rid of it all.
Why?
She's over there.
Yeah, I got bear spray, but you can't have it on the ship. So whenever I need it, I need to let security know, and then they have it ready for me at the gangway. Then I take it with me on my hike, and then I hand it into security again when I get back to the ship. But
That's good policy.
I didn't know that I was going to come hiking today. It's just like a can you squeeze me in last minute thing, so I wasn't prepared for it. So usually I just clip it onto my backpack and
Say there's
Yeah.
a bridge.
Yeah, there's a bridge. That's where we're going over, I guess. That's what the picture is for. That's the trail down here. Yeah.
it cold? Is it cold?
It's a little cold, yeah. Yeah, it's cold. Not too bad.
So we're gonna cross along the country here, following these blue markers, and go down to that trail.
This might be slippery. Oh look, this is beautiful. Let me get a video. Sorry, I'll just be a second. There we go.
Now which way? You just
I
said go through this way.
don't know.
I'm assuming left.
This way.
Funny how you could see the things before and now you can't see them.
What
The
things?
dredgers or whatever.
Swimming hole.
What kind of hole is that?
It's a swimming hole.
That was up there.
We're preempting bear activity and behavior. So what's the weather like in Ohio?
Um,
Like this when it's a nice day.
Okay,
well, this is probably like a spring or a fall day.
okay.
But in spring we get a lot of rain.
Mm-hmm.
Summer is hot and humid, so
Yeah, it's in
sometimes
the 90s this week.
the winters are not fun.
80s next week.
Cold.
So we get snow. We get cold,
Oh.
cold fronts come through, so it's cool thing up. Cool.
So
Four
it's
seasons.
like totally to the extreme, from the one end of the spectrum to the other.
Right, you get all 4 seasons.
Wow.
What's it like in South Africa?
It depends where you go. So Cape Town, or the Western Cape, is referred to as mini Europe for a reason. It matches the climate. It's the only province in South Africa that's got winter rainfall and a dry summer. Yes. So then you get KZN, KwaZulu-Natal province, that's completely tropical with extreme humidity. People die from heat exhaustion.
Oh yeah.
And then towards the Mozambican border, you get tropical cyclone weather. Then in the Northern Cape part, that's a desert, and that borders Namibia.
So there's no snow there ever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On the Drakensberg, we always have snow all year round. It's
Oh.
so high up,
Oh, okay.
and it gets freezing cold in a small section over there. So we have ski resorts there.
Nice. So that's very diverse.
Yeah,
Probably.
we have everything. We also have the savanna landscapes in Limpopo province.
Oh.
Yeah.
I've never been there.
Oh, you should go.
Well, I guess we're trying to see the world, so that's got to be on our list, right?
I love Africa in general. I'm well traveled in Africa.
Of course you would be.
Yeah.
You're right there. I'm well traveled in the United States.
I've been to a couple of states, but actually some of my friends invited me to come and visit and road trip with them, so I'll be back soon.
Where do they live?
Florida. Then we're going to road trip up to New Orleans, and then I'm going to travel on my own to New Jersey and New York. And I have friends in Texas and in Chicago too. So let's see.
Yeah, got a lot of places to go.
Yeah,
New York is like something.
I have to go to New York.
We were just there a month ago. We went
I
to
just
some
have
shows.
to.
Yeah, it's just
It's
a
like
different life.
totally on my list of things to do.
Gotta ride the subway. That's fun.
Yeah, I will do everything. I'll make a list on my list of things to do in New York.
Ever want to go to California?
Yeah, what for?
I don't know. San Diego, I think is.
Oh, I've been
Beautiful place.
there.
You been there?
Yeah.
Of course, because Helen America has. I
Yes.
got on a ship there once.
And I've been to Maine and San Francisco, Seattle. I've been to a few places actually now that I think about it.
We better not be too far ahead.
Yeah, oh look at this. This is interesting.
We need more people to get up here so we don't get eaten by the bear.
You just gotta run faster than the other people.
We are about 3/4 of a mile away. About maybe 1/4 mile.
Where?
I said look for bear tracks.
Okay.
Scaring you.
Yes, I'm not fond of bears at all. I'd rather take on the elephants in Africa, that's for sure. Yeah, actually, at least I understand their behavior. I don't know what to do when I see a bear, and I will most probably run. Well, you keep quiet. You keep quiet, you move back, you get out of there.
You be quiet and you move back.
I think that's fair.
Yeah. Elephants don't like noise. No. It irritates them. So you just...
See a bear, you're supposed to like act big.
Oh, well,
Yeah, like that. Didn't you see that video of the guy that the bear was coming at him and he was like, ah, was like, and then
but they say you shouldn't shout.
I saw the one on the news the other day in Italy. The little kid walked in. And there's a bear walking behind him. Huge bear, brown bear.
Wow. But it's like hyenas. As long as you are taller than them, they won't do anything.
If you run, they'll take you.
The minute you fall, you're gone. With the predators, it's easier because you smell them a mile away. Because they roll in their kill, so they stink. Before you will even spot them, you can smell them.
Yeah, there's a guy at work like that. You can smell him well.
But yeah, hippos, they're the worst. Very aggressive, very fast. 55 kilometers per hour with that huge body of theirs.
they kill the most people, don't they?
Yeah, yeah, they're the major killers.
And then they can swim and take the boat out.
Yeah. And they are extremely aggressive.
Right? Did you win?
I think bears don't sound scary anymore after this conversation. That's better. Let's see. Still good.
So you go hiking a lot, huh?
Yeah, I've been actually in training for a couple of years. After this contract, in 2 months, I'm walking the original Camino to Santiago, 800 kilometers.
How many?
800 kilometers.
Santiago?
From France to Santiago in Spain. Yeah. In 1 month. 1 month. 30 kilometers a day on average. Yes, I cannot wait.
You got certain places you stop for food? And
Yeah, absolutely. Yes. Me.
Just you?
Yeah, I'm going alone. It's a spiritual journey. I'm walking with this backpack and then these shoes. I'm just breaking them in right now. And I started in France in a small town called Saint-Jean-Pied-de-Port. And over the mountains in northern Spain, all the way to Santiago. Yep. Very cool. And I'm gonna have it all on the channel.
and then you can do the Pacific Northwest.
Where's that?
I think it's from San Diego to Alaska, Canada.
Oh, really?
Pacific Northwest.
Okay, I'll look into that.
What is that?
How do you know the distance?
I think it goes from San Diego up. What is that hike?
Pussy willows are little.
From San Diego to Canada. Pacific Crest Trail.
Oh, yeah.
Pacific Crest Trail, yeah.
Okay, I'll Google it.
You do that one next.
Awesome, thank you for telling me. I also want to cycle Vietnam from the north to the south. And then I want to train a little bit and do like Malawi. It's 560 kilometers, paddle that through 3 countries. So I have some plans. Mosquitoes. Oh, this is something. That's what they used it for! Those things that I've been talking about the whole time. Look, it fits on this machine. Okay. That's cool. Now I know. Problem solved.
Found it.
This is cool.
There it is.
Would you mind getting a picture of me? Thank you.
Yeah, can you take a picture of her? Like this, it's bigger so the boat can fit in it, float, and then they've made it more. So we've got water.
Thank you so much.
We have snacks, apples, granola bars.
I'll deal with you.
There's toilet paper if you want. If you need to go find a bush, feel free to help yourself. To any of the stuff in here.
Oh, nice.
The trash bag in here too for when you're done.
Apples? Oh, nice bars.
And then when everybody gets here, we'll talk a little bit about the dredge and see if Doug wants us here.
It's moving. The whole thing is moving.
Floats.
Oh, wow.
Because something broke that moored it, so it turns.
Oh.
If you are an Alaskan resident, you can ship 3 free bags on Alaskan Airlines. So when you go to any questions that I think Doug might know,
You're going with the slow crowd today?
What's everybody looking at?
We're waiting for Doug to tell us how this machine works.
Alright, we'll just
Kind
start
of
it
like
up.
a reverse chainsaw. Scoops it all up. Takes material to the top, and in that first section there, there's the driver that turns the chain and place for it to dump the material. There's a nugget catcher for supposedly it catches nuggets. They do show up there, but most of the gold recovered by this machine is recovered in the sluices on the side. So it dumps it into a trommel, and it's just a big long tube that's probably 10 feet diameter. The hole's about that big in it. Washes it, so all the falls out through the trommel, and then it goes into the sluices. All the big rock, the rest of the tail of it hits the stacker. And it's a big pile behind it.
Did it have to be in the water?
So we'd start it, usually come online in June sometime, and we'd try to go until Thanksgiving. Sometimes you could, sometimes you couldn't. Things would start to freeze. So now you got icing on your buckets, icing on your pumps, icing on your lines, ice on everything. So it runs, you take everything off and there's just a barge underneath there. It all sets on the barge. You look in the back, there's a square peg sitting there still on the cable. That's a spud. So that's the device that the turns on and cuts. So they drop one spud. There's a line that comes off each bow side, ties up on either side. Set the cutter head on wherever they're cutting, and just pulls it across. And then drops down and pulls across, and drops down and pulls across, and blah 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 until it gets to the bottom of it. Then as they step forward, they drop the other spud, pick up the first one, and start all over again. So it just keeps walking forward. It brings this pond along with it.
It takes the pond.
Yeah, as it digs forward, the water goes in, and then it falls in the back. There's makeup water that comes along with it. When it's running, there's a lot of organics, and there's a lot of fine silt in the water. So if you walked out there with a quart cup of water and took a sample of it and let it sit for a couple hours, you'll see about that much in the bottom.
Okay, so that was the hike to the dredge through the Tundra in Nome, and we are back on the yellow school bus, and I filmed a short little drive back to the port for you to see the other side if you've watched the previous video of the bus ride. Yeah, and that's it. So that's Nome. 3 videos on the channel. I hope you enjoyed it with me. Thank you for your comments, everybody. Thank you for subscribing. Until next time, bye.